Hi everybody! Today is Sunday and that means coffee clutch. Coffee clutch is a Dutch-Belgian word that just means that I invite you over for a coffee and a little chit-chat. That's the clutch part. And mostly it's about books, but today I also want to talk about the Nobel Prize in Literature. So, everybody knows by now that Jan Fosse has won the Nobel Prize in Literature. He's from Norway. And not everybody is happy that they win the Nobel Prize. People like Saul Bellow, he called it the kiss of death. Annie Ernaux hasn't written a word since she won the Nobel Prize last year. For people like Mo Yan, who won in he is a Chinese author who won in 2012, I believe. He hasn't written a word since, and even there was a huge scandal that he used ChatGPT just to break his writer's block. On the other hand, it was a blessing that Bob Dylan won the Nobel Prize in Literature, because since then I haven't heard his music anymore. And on the other hand, it's not really like the Booker, for instance, that people buy more books. So, like a couple of years ago, there was that British Tanzanian, what's his name? Gurna, I believe he wrote Paradise. In Belgium, for instance, there's only one book that is translated by him, and it's not selling at all. So it is a bit of like they say, a kiss of death. And for a lot of people, the Nobel Prize comes at a good time. Like Alice Munro, she was finished writing, and when she won the award, she was already in her 80s, and she said, well, this is just a beautiful full stop and full circle of my career. So she was really happy with it, but she wasn't planning on writing anymore. Jan Fosse, how will he react to the award? Because it's difficult that once you win such a big prize like the Nobel Prize, everybody is looking at you, and you have to perform and write something that is incredible, but you can't do that under pressure. Some writers have no problem with it. For instance, Coetzee, it didn't really hold him back. Saramago, just the same. But still, it must be indeed a huge pressure, and it's not always a blessing. That's why they call it the curse of the Nobel Prize. It's like, the kiss of death. That's what Saul Bellow said. He won the Nobel Prize in 1976, I believe. And also T.S. Eliot, he said that it was an entry ticket for your funeral. So it really makes you think about what is really the Nobel Prize. And 950,000 euros, that's almost $1 million. That's a lot of money to win, and that's a lot of pressure. It's I love cycling, the sport, and watching it. And often people, the racer who wins the rainbow jersey, so he is the world champion for a whole year. It's often that they don't perform when they're wearing the rainbow jersey, and they don't win awards or races, because everybody is looking at them and you stand out. And it makes it more difficult to be spontaneous and to do what's in your gut, and but thankfully Bob Dylan, I didn't hear anything anymore, not a song. Books. So, I am currently reading 2 books. One is The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. I'm reading this for Classics and Company together with Micah and all the others. And Ollie will join us this week, I think, or next week. I really enjoy it. It's incredible how contemporary this book feels. It's written mid 1800s, and actually it feels way more contemporary than, for instance, an Agatha Christie for me. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 1/3 in, and yeah, love it, really love it. And then, but I also enjoyed Woman in Red or Lady in Red, in White. So, Lady in Red. He could nag too, but The Woman in White or Lady in White, I love that too. Moonstone, it's just the same, and yeah, I really love it. And then I'm also reading. This is my Dutch version, The Magic Mountain of Thomas Mann. Really, really, really enjoying it. For me, it's quite an easy read. There's, but I just like Thomas Mann. I really like him. And then my friend June just came over with Merche, and we had a lovely dinner and or lunch. And she brought me all her books because she's leaving for Asia in 2 months. And she is thinking of staying there for maybe 6 months. And so she gave up her apartment, and she has a lot of books. And now they are stored in my house because there are other books. And I was just browsing into the little box. There were a couple of boxes, 3 or 4. And this is what I found that I thought was interesting. Scorched Grace by Margot Douaihy. I don't know if you've ever heard it. Sister Holiday is more faithful than most, but she's no saint. When Saint Sebastian's school becomes the target of a shocking arson spree, the Sisters of the Sublime Blood and their surrounding community are thrust into chaos. Unsatisfied with the authorities' response, chain-smoking, heavily tattooed queer nun, Sister Holiday becomes determined to unveil the mysterious attacker herself and return her home and sanctuary to its former peace. Sounds fun. And then Mostly Dead Things by Kristen Arnett. So what is this about? In the wake of her father's death, Jessa Lynn Morton has stepped up to manage his failing taxidermy business. Meanwhile, the rest of the Morton family messily falls apart. Her mother starts sneaking into the shop to make alarming art with stuffed animals, and while her brother Milo withdraws, his wife Bryn, the only person Jessa has ever been in love with, leaves home without a word. A string of unexpected incidents opens up the chance for the Mortons to mend. Can they piece themselves together again? Oh, and this one, I was so happy to find this. Letters from Tove by Tove Janssen. Everybody knows Tove. And I'm looking forward to reading this. So yes, I love reading letters. And then next week or next weekend I will read The Tremor of Forgery by Patricia Highsmith. That's another buddy read with Ollie. We are going through her entire catalog, and this is like book 10 or 11. Yeah, no, 10. We are October, so this is book 10 or 11, because the first month we did 2, I think. And so this is about Howard Ingham, an American writer, is in Tunisia working on a screenplay, but when the film's director fails to arrive, he feels stranded. The erratic mail eventually brings news of his suicide. For reasons obscure even to himself, Ingham decides to stay and work on a novel, but a series of peculiar events, a hushed-up murder and a vanished corpse, lures him into the deep, ambivalent shadows of the Arab town, into deceit and away from conventional morality. Ultimately, what is in question is not justice or truth, but the state of his oddly quiet conscience. We'll see. Because the last two books I wasn't... I think when I read her notebooks and diaries, this is written in the early 60s, I believe. And then she was already, 69, so she has written... she stalled writing quite a long time, like 8 years. And yeah, she was already drinking a lot. So I hope it's getting better. But yeah, the Tremor of Forgery, Patricia Highsmith. So yeah, that's about it. I wanted to show a library haul, but none of the books were translated into English. So why bother then? So yeah, that's it. I off again because I had to do the dishes. I also want to congratulate Kim from the Middle of the Book March for her surgery, and I hope everything goes well, and I hope you feel better, and I wish you a long and happy life with your family, and yeah, that you finally can say goodbye to that awful disease named diabetes. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. I think I was a bit rambling, but it's Sunday. I'm tired. I have had a lot of things to do. It was a difficult week, family-wise, and yeah, we had to say goodbye to my cousin, and yeah, it does a lot to a person, and so yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you again this week, and tell me what you're reading, if you're enjoying it. Give me tips if you have some, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.